Hi everyone. I hope you're well tonight. I hope the stream is better today as well. We had quite an issue with the one I just released earlier, the jewelry jar that opened. I don't know if it's my internet, if everyone is having the issue. I think everyone is having an issue, especially YouTube. There are a lot of people who are now doing, live videos. So it's a big strain, I'm sure. And let me know if the stream is okay. I hope it is, and we won't stay on that long, just in case that is the issue, so we don't tax it more than it already is. But anyway, the title today is, Can We Go the Distance? Pun, I am Miss Pun. That's definitely what I'm thinking about is, can we make it this far? I'm already seeing so many listening for the, duration that I'm in the car for maybe 20 minutes tops that I've been in the car. Probably 3 or 4 times a week. I'm in the car for about 20 minutes to go to the post office. Today I did venture out a little bit. I went to Walgreens. That was an adventure, and I was so scared to go. I wasn't sure what to expect there, or if I really had to go. I didn't want to make unnecessary trips, but I don't know. I think it's okay. They're open. I hate these straws. I think they may be broken. I think they may be pierced. It's taking way too much sucking and making a lot of noise. So they do have compromised hours right now, or adjusted hours over at Walgreens. They close, I think, at 9 or 8, something like that. They close pretty early. Did I lose one of my stickers? I had even redone my stickers on my phone, guys. Let me put it back. And then they close, I think she said 9, where if I'm not mistaken, it might have been a 24-hour Walgreens. Yeah, I redid my stickers and they all moved around. What is the deal to have moved around? Probably in my pocket, because I think I put my phone in my pocket without my case. And they're so cute. I had nothing but apples and strawberries. And that's another thing I went to look for. I had to get some stuff at Walgreens, but I went to look for stationery. They didn't have any. They didn't have anything that I wanted, but we had some old Hello Kitty stickers, and I just stuck them back there, as you can see. But normally my case is on there. But anyway, so I went in there to get some chocolates not for me, but I felt really, really awful that I didn't get to see my grandson for Easter. We did talk on the phone, and that's the grandson that lives here. We did talk on the phone, but then I noticed that a couple of people were definitely going to see some relatives, and I guess their justification, I'm not sure, I don't know, is that they've been quarantined. I guess it was a total of about 7 or 8 people that got together, had been in quarantine for a while. No one is sick. They only went to their home, so maybe that was safe. I don't know. And then I'm still seeing my neighbors with 3 or 4 friends coming over. I don't know. I'm trying. I don't want to judge anybody else, but I've done my part. I did go to pick up the chocolate. What I'm going to do is I found some really cute chocolate bunnies, and one is actually a furry plush, and I didn't buy any real chocolate bunnies because those things aren't even good, right? Have you guys ever had a real good chocolate bunny? Every time I get them, they just crack and they melt and they're not fun. But I got a real cute little plush, and he looks just like a real chocolate bunny. He's so cute. I'm going to fix it up tonight. I'm going to call my daughter and tell her to look on her door. I was going to mail it, but then I figured, why should I spend $10, $15 to get it mailed? I'm going to go drop it off. She is about 45 miles from me, so that's kind of far. And then I'm going to tell her, go get it out of your front door, and then you can let him have it tomorrow. So that's what I went to do at Walgreens today. And of course, I bought a few other things. And there wasn't very many people, and they did have the little distance. They're squaring people off now when you wait in line. Now, please, guys, I don't know. This happened at the post office, and I really wanted someone to say something today at Walgreens, but they didn't. Why do you have to bring your 2 teenage daughters and your husband and everyone to Walgreens to just buy something really random? It's just ridiculous. I don't know. That's just me. But the postman did tell the three teenagers that were up in the front, they all had masks on and they were all mailing one package. He said, "There's a mailer here." And she said, "I am." He said, "You two, please go wait outside." I mean, it's true. Why do you need to take your whole family to do one thing? I don't know. That brings me to my second point that we're going to talk about today. And that is, what kind of a personality are you? Are you the kind of personality that needs people around you all the time? I know there's some real strong personalities like that. They really, really are. Maybe it's the age group. Even people that I really don't are a certain kind of person all their lives, and they just reinforce that personality as they get older, as they mature. But I know there's some people that absolutely must have someone with them at all times, or they must have someone's approval, whether it be your spouse or your best friend or your neighbor or whatever. It's like they cannot make a decision. They cannot do anything without someone to tell them it's the right decision. I don't know. And I think, does that sustain you throughout this kind of ordeal? Does it hinder you? Does your personality hinder you because of what we're going through and we are so isolated? I don't know. Maybe I just haven't seen it from the perspective of being totally alone by choice and not otherwise. Maybe that's why I'm speaking this way, and forgive me if I'm offending anyone. I don't mean to. I'm just speaking from the top of my head. That's what this whole show is about, is that we can come here and we can just talk about what we want to talk about. We had been planning to talk about pleasant things, but this crisis was thrust upon us, and now it seems like that's all we talk about. So I don't mind talking about it. It's fine. We're not going anywhere to talk about anything else, right? So let me see who's in the chat. Say hello to everybody. Then I'll show you what else I bought at Walgreens. Socially awkward your entire life. This is what Joellen says. So I really like to be alone, but I've realized this whole thing that I do like to hang with friends. Good, good. And a lot of people are doing what I noticed that some of my millennial relatives are doing. They're having virtual happy hour. And I thought that was genius, because they are very social, and they are a lot more social than I am and than my husband and I are. I think I've told you before, when I grew up, my parents were very social. It was a different time too. They didn't have the social media we have now, where it's kind of really a virtual social, it's our society, right? But they would go out with friends. They would go to dances. They would go, I mean, everywhere. They would have lunch with friends. My mother was a stay-at-home mom. She didn't work. So she would have lunch with her friends. It was a downtown kind of society. Remember that, when we'd go shopping downtown before the malls? So that was a different kind of place. But that's what they're doing. They're doing a virtual happy hour. How are you, Guillermo and Alice and Perla? Thanks for being here. Yeah, this straw is messed up. I'm going to have to turn it over to the trash here and just chug it. Good thing I spray everything. That's another thing I did. Spray it now, and then my daughter will probably spray it as well. Lisa, how are you? And Brat Cat and Sylvia. Let me see who else popped in. Looks like 30 people are here. Thanks for hitting that thumbs up. Kim Krieg and Graciela. Patty. Mona Lisa, how are you? And Patty Bangle. Oh, I like that name. Lisa Robertson. Yeah, I think that's really playing on us as people, guys, how we're handling this. Because, yeah, many of us are comfortable in our own skin, so to speak, and that's probably the wrong phrase there. But we're comfortable to an extent, right? But we've really drawn it out now, and I know it's wearing on me. But that's what a lot of people are doing. They're doing the virtual happy hour. I know, that was so fun. Right, Alice? That was so fun. And that's what's so interesting about some cities where their downtowns have deteriorated. That's one thing I love about visiting Chicago, is that the downtown is just vibrant, it really is. And Houston tried to do kind of resurgence of downtown, and they do have their bars and their restaurant row and all of that. And but it's just that it's contrived. Whereas I think, you go to an old downtown like Chicago with where it used to be the iconic Marshall Fields and all that. That was just a completely different vibe. Now San Antonio was like that, and I think is still like that today. I'm not sure, I don't live there, but well, downtown is where the Alamo is, and it's always had a really vibrant downtown scene as well. But those were different, right? I mean, we did have our mothers grow up that way without the mall and then all of that. But yeah, um, it's definitely hurting us if we are that type, because I know my sister's that way. She's definitely that way. And as a matter of fact, I've had to tell her a few times when we were a few years ago, we were both working and everything at kind of the same hours. And I would invite her to lunch or dinner or whatever. She'd always bring a friend. She would always bring a friend. And I would be like, not that I mind, nobody, there was nothing, no problem. But sometimes I just wanted some sister time and just kind of, not as open as she is. She's, like I was told you guys before, she'd be your best friend in 2 minutes. So, but that's just the way she is. She really thrives with people around her. And I think that's one of the reasons people are hurting with this isolation thing. And let's see how long it goes on. Now at Walgreens, I bought a beautiful pink. Everbloom is a Revlon color I picked up. I think I saw someone wearing this somewhere. I'm easily influenced by social media, guys. Who was wearing a pink lipstick that I found? Oh, I forgot. I think it was actually a comedy. I think it was Smosh. It was Smosh. They did a parody on Tiger King. Watch that. Go watch it. I think it's hilarious. And the girl that was playing the crazy lady, Carol, I think her name is, she was wearing this pretty little pink lipstick like this. And I thought, I got to go find me a pink lipstick. I love it. This one's called Bloom. So I went into Walgreens. It was just me and about 4 other people. The lady was so sweet too. The lady that was working there. I had my mask on. She had her mask on. We had gloves on. She said it was really nice of her. She's very sweet. She's worked there a long time. I got that. And then I got Insta-Dry. I don't know if I like Insta-Dry. Isn't that one kind of a dull finish? I didn't check, but I just checked the price. I didn't want to pay $10. $10 and $15 for those expensive nail polishes. Well, so we'll see what this one does. I've had bad experiences with Insta-Dry before, but this is the color of Vamp, guys. It's called Garnet. Do you remember the Chanel Vamp from the 90s? It was like the it color and everybody duped it. It was a fabulous, almost black, not purple, almost black, again, garnet, just amazing. And this is really close to it. So I found that, got that. I figured I had bought enough fuchsias and pinks. Oh my gosh, I only watched it. Why didn't it? Because my daughter kept talking about it. And she said, Mom, you have to watch that show. It's so crazy and so forth and so on. And it was pretty quick. I think it was only about, 4 hours worth of episodes or something. It's pretty interesting, only because it is a true story. And that's probably the only reason I watched it, because I was telling y'all the other day, I don't have the stamina to sit and watch a movie, especially one with subplots. And oh no, I'm not going there with the subplots. I'm just not going to do it. So they had a podcast? Awesome. How are you, Ms. Casserole? I'm glad you're here, Ms. Carla. So, and heavily influenced by things like that, obviously. Now, I got this before I even watched it. I've always liked animal print. But I did get this on today just so we could talk about social media and its influence. And look at this gorgeous necklace, guys. This is like little... I got this from Makeup Zombies showcase about 3 weeks ago. I love it. It actually can go shorter. This necklace can go up to here if you want to wear it that short. And it's just a kind of a peaked series of, what do you call these? Square chains, box chains, black. And then it's got a bar of rhinestones. I love it. I love, love, love this necklace. Yeah, it's crazy, but it's very interesting. It really, really is. And these anti-heroes are heroes, and your people say the mindset could be a little bit skewed because you might be rooting for the bad guy. And so I don't know who I'm rooting for. Actually, I just enjoyed it. I just thought it was cool. Like, I have lipstick today. And I've been overbuying pink nail polish. I actually bought the same nail polish twice last month or 2 months ago because we haven't been out in a month, right? Has it been a month, guys? So I was like, you know what? I'm not even looking at fuchsia. I never did find the exact fuchsia I wanted. Isn't that crazy? In nail polish. And then I wound up buying the same one. I think it was the Sally Hansen large tall one. So see, we can do some soft topics here, guys. They don't all have to be hot. So, hot topics at all. But we started that way. So again, we were talking about personalities and what sustains us in this time. Do you feel like this is what's hurting you, is that you are a gregarious type of person and you do need to be out there and you do like to lunch and you do like to just, go wherever you want, whenever you want. You need an entourage. I don't know. I don't think I do, but I do miss being able to go to the store I want to go to. I miss being in my classroom very, very much so. We're working a lot harder without the classroom. They really are demanding a lot more of us, and they haven't even started. They just keep upgrading our virtual reach. So they'll be asking for a lot more. I did read some comments on some of the Facebook posts about teachers being on virtual vacation. Not true. Not true at all. So no, I know it's hard on the parents, but it's hard on the teachers too, and super hard on the kids. There are kids that are missing their school rooms for sure. Yeah, you do miss being social. Yeah. It's hard. That's what we were bred for. We are a herding type of species for sure. And it's a great time to reflect and realize what's important. That's a good topic that's a good segue for me because I was going to talk about that as well. I had told you that we did suffer a tragedy in the family. And so I'll be going to a funeral either Wednesday or Thursday. We don't even know how we're going to do it. They have limited it to 10 people. And then it wasn't from any illness. It was a freak accident. So that even threw us for a loop even more. Here you are being cautious all year month long, everyone being super cautious and all of this. And then something like this happens. And it happened, was it last week? My days are just going crazy, guys. It just really, I don't even know where my days are right now. You get a call like that at what was it, like 6 a.m, woken up to that call. I actually thought it was someone else who's been suffering from cancer. No, it was a much younger person that died in an accident. So we'll be going to that funeral. We don't know if it's Wednesday or Thursday. I have to make arrangements as well so someone else can hold a very important ARD meeting that I'm having on Thursday, if we have it on Thursday. And so yeah, that's kind of what brought me to that point that I wanted to bring up too, is that you do reflect on that and how fragile life is. And it doesn't matter how many precautions you take, how many masks you wear and gloves, when it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Speaking of masks, oh my God, I had the mask on and it left wrinkles for like 3 hours. They're still there, as if I don't wake up with enough wrinkles from the pillowcase. It's crazy. And if you see me being flippant and dismissive, it's not because I am not absolutely pining inside. It's just because that's just my personality as well. I don't turn it on and off, but I can put on a little bit of time where I cannot think about something, or I can pray about it. And then I can mourn, and then I can pray, and then I can think and philosophize, like all of us. I mean, none of us are any special or different than the other. Many of us emote right here publicly and can cry and, without even wanting to and do it. And many of us can't. And sometimes you're just in shock I'm still in shock. I think I know my sister, when she lost her daughter, I think she told me, she said, I really couldn't even cry for about a year or two. It was awful. It was awful. You're just kind of going through the motions. And of course, this person left children and everything, so that's going to be hard. That grown children, teenagers and all, but it's going to be a hard thing. And in the middle of this, people, a certain city in Texas, that's what they had said. They were going to be doing cremations only. And then they were even doing virtual memorials so that, when you cap it at the 10 people, you can actually stream through Zoom or something, which in a way is a great thing that you can even do that. But can you imagine this whole new way of doing things and thinking? And oh my gosh, it's just incredible. I believe it, Miss Alice. I absolutely believe it. I really do. It's I think it's, I don't know, maybe it's part of the denial. It's in stages, and I'm not an expert, and no one can really cookie cut everything that this is the way you're going to feel and this is your timeline, and then after this anniversary you're going to feel like this, and there's no such thing. There is no such thing. But irony doesn't even speak to what has happened to our family. Does not even speak to it. Thank you, Mona Lisa. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, Nora. Exactly. It felt kind of good to go to Walgreens, guys. I don't know why. It kind of felt normal, even though there were some empty shelves too. And I didn't even look at the sanitizers. I just got shampoo and soap, and there were some empty shelves in there. There was lots of signs asking people not to overhandle the product, not to open packages and things. So it's very different, but it kind of felt good just to do something out of the routine. I mean, honestly, it really did. It's very strange. It's a very strange feeling, but I'm hoping and praying that are we halfway through April already, aren't we? What is it, the 13th? You get a tough coat. You could be right about that. You could be right about that. And that's what my husband says. The older we get, the more we expect that kick in the stomach. And we both still have our moms, both lost our dads. Actually, we lost our dads, I believe, just about. Good, Brad. I'm glad you were there for your sister. Right out of nowhere. Last thing you expected to hear. Thank you, Alice. Thank you, Guillermo. I appreciate that very much. I really do. And then my sister's making masks for all of us. I still have a couple of them, but they made us some homemade masks as well. And it's crazy, but when my aunt died, and you guys, I told you about that when my beautiful aunt died a few months ago. My aunt that has cancer, leukemia, and was doing well, standing up and doing very well. She was wearing complete kind of hazmat gear to the funeral because she was vulnerable with that chemo and all of that. So she was wearing her mask and gown and everything, totally covered. And she won't be there for this service. She's not doing well, and she's back in pretty intense care. So I don't think we will see her there at all. And what was that? 3 months ago, I think. Oh my goodness. Let me see who else popped in that I may have missed. Kim, did I say hello to you? I hope you're doing well. I hope everyone's getting what they need, guys, and not going crazy. That's one of the things I think I wanted to tell you. I do get heavily influenced by what I see on TV. Do something, take off the blue nail polish, put on some really bright, dark colors, and do something different, and put on some big jewelry, and just to come on here and talk to you guys. It's just that's what I do. Just kind of get myself out of thinking about just that. Of course, I will visit my grief. I have to. It's the only way to get it out and to vent a little bit of that out. But I have to compartmentalize. I really, really do. I'll get a text telling me, okay, it's going to be on this day and that date. Then I'll turn it off and I'll start talking to you, and I can do it only because I talk myself into it. It's not because I don't care, but I'm very different from other people. I'm very different from people in my family. Um, I'm also the kind of person that sometimes people don't even know what's happening till somebody else tells them. I think I've told you that as well. You know, my mother will say, "Did you tell Robert about this or that?" No, I haven't gotten around to it, but I will. I'll tell him. It's just the way. It's like when I feel it's the right time to say something. It wasn't about this, but just much more milder things. That's kind of just the way I am. I don't. That's just my personality. Now, I know people who, as soon as something happens, whether it's good or bad, it's like they're on the phone. This is happening. I'm not that way. I don't know why. Maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. I have no idea. But everybody's different. Everybody's different, and everybody shares things differently and does things differently. And it doesn't mean I don't care as much as my sister, who may be on the phone with 10 people and, have already sent out so many cards and letters. And yet sometimes I'm the one that sends out the Christmas cards. I don't think my sister has sent out Christmas cards in 10 years. And I will send out Christmas cards to people that I haven't talked to in ages, to my kids' favorite teacher, things like that. It's very interesting the way people are, right? Good, good. That's a good thing to do, Nita. It really is. Hi, Linda. Thank you, Melody. I'm glad you feel that way. Yeah. Thank you, Makeup Zombie. I appreciate it. I've been working on these lights. That's another thing that I have a lot of fun with. And it's kind of it's funny, but you do the YouTube channel for whatever reason. I've told you a million times why I started. And it turns into a part of your life where you're not only journaling things and hoping that someday some people in your family will see that and will remember what you talked about, and that you mentioned them, and you say how much you love them, and what turned you on in life, what you loved in life, whether it be jewelry, friends, thrifting. And then it becomes a hobby that you really enjoy and takes your time, like fixing my background and then refixing it, organizing it for selling, not only live on my auctions, but just organizing it because I have all my jewelry around me. I have two armoires on each side full of handbags that I list and that I also bring to auction. And I have this desk it's actually not even a desk, it's a dining table. It's a small little kitchen table made of glass. One of my friends gave it to me when she was moving her mother out of her home into a assisted living. And it has served me so well because it doesn't take up visual space because it's glass, but I use it to talk to you. I use it for my auctions. Then I have a little tea table over here. I think it's called a tea table, or like a tea cart. It's like 3 layers. So I have all my jewelry there for when I am at the auction and I'm ready. I have another stand over here, and I'm always rearranging things like, no, I don't think I need that anymore. And then actually this table would be better served over here. Now I have like an old-fashioned TV stand with also 2 layers on wheels, a very heavy wood, and it rolls around. So that holds jewelry boxes and the little jewelry baskets where I put people's names when we're having the auction. So it's turned into quite a enterprise for me, not just as a fairly lucrative hobby. I will say that it's turned into a wonderful thing for me. eBay, YouTube, every stream that I have. But in my personal life, I find it very, very stimulating, very challenging to be able to pick the lights. I bought these little fairy lights. I actually bought these fairy lights, guys, for Christmas, and I accidentally bought a whole case of them. Remember I did the Elvis room? Well, I had bought these fairy lights for some of my Christmas things, and I didn't realize that I was buying cases, and in each case was 10, I think. I thought I was just buying 4 packs. So we wound up with a whole bunch of fairy lights, and I said, you know what? I'm going to put them on my background. And I had originally bought a couple of fairy lights, but my daughter had already taken those. She has her room full of lights. But I have found that to be very, very, quite a bit of fun for me. Quite a bit of fun for me to fix my background, to change it, to try to make my videos a little bit more entertaining and not distracting. And, I'm not for everyone. I know that. And I know that very, very well. But I know that I enjoy what I do here. I know that I enjoy this show, and I've enjoyed doing the A-lister show, and I still want to bring you some of that. Whenever I get a certain little click in my head about something I want to share with you to help us do better on eBay and all of that, I'll bring you an A-lister show. I'm not going to bring it just to bring it. That's one thing I don't want to do. And this show is just, I think, a nice little touchstone for us to get together on Monday nights, talk about other things, not just this crisis, but this is what's upon us. So we can't really forget about it too much, can we? You did fabulous. Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that. It is creative. I think it's a way for me to create. I'm thinking that I'm not social, but I am. I don't know if I could stop doing YouTube videos because I'm so used to talking to you guys and making friends here, and real friends, and people that I can count on. And even the people that just show up to give me a thumbs up or to tell me that they appreciate something they learned from the jewelry community. It's real, and it's absolutely fabulous. Where did I get this? Is this Trader Joe's? I don't know, but I really like it. A Waterloo strawberry water. I don't remember. I think I like it better than is it LaCroix? The LaCroix water. It's got better flavors. I really do like it. Hi, Christine. How are you? Thank you, Guillermo. Oh, well, good. I'm glad you stopped by, Mr. Queen. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I was going to talk to you about today. How are we sustaining this distance? Can we go the distance being distant? I don't know. I'm going to see. I really don't want to be exposed to my grandson very much longer because I know his dad has been going to work. His work is open. So he has been around a few people. And of course, he's very cautious with, washing up and all of that good stuff. But I'm going to give it a few more weeks till they tell us that it's better, or till our, governor here in Texas tells us what to do. I don't want to defy anything. I really don't. They allow me to go to the store. I go to the store, and that's what I'm going to do. Other than that, I'm not. Mary Ellen, how are you? But I think, personality-wise, it will definitely guide us, and whatever we're comfortable with. And those of you who do like to have company and you have your company, I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope you're not getting on each other's nerves, because that can happen too. But I don't see anything wrong with like right now that I'm working in here as well. And oh my goodness, my coworker my department chair made a comment today. I don't know if she was referring to me. She probably was. She probably was, because she said something like, she goes, "Hey guys, when we have these meetings, these ARD meetings, I have found that, for me anyway, it's really good if we turn off the camera, because we won't be distracted when we're trying to open other windows," or something like that. And I was sitting, of course, I didn't have all the lights and everything. I was kind of on this side, and you could see a little bit of my bookcase. And yeah, I don't think it was as, interesting or as bright as it is right now. And it was in the daytime. But I was like, okay, well, so are you suggesting that we turn off our camera? And she said, well, I'm just saying for me that I find it less distracting. But I don't think so. I think we should see what is the point of going visual on, you could always do a conference camera off. And I think parents want to see the teacher. And I think the student wants to see the teacher too. for our meeting. And I mean, of course, they're able to watch videos from their regular general education teachers and all of that. But I think when we're talking about them, and a lot of them are invited to the meetings, they're invited to come to their meetings because the meetings are about them. Once they reach a certain age, they are invited to their own ARD meetings. I think they want to see you, and especially the parent. I don't know. I may just move to the living room or the kitchen where it's plainer, but I don't think I should turn off my camera. Oh, Chinese food. You're carrying your laptop around the house so you don't miss anything. Well, we're just talking about coping and how our personalities help us cope. And because I know many people are still visiting relatives, and we were not. I'm going to go, like I said, do a little drop box, a little care package right now as soon as I get off of here. I'm going to go to my daughter's house. I have a beautiful little pink, my grandson loves pink. I have a pink little bucket, kind of like a little picnic basket bucket, full of a couple of candies, not too many candies. I did granola bars and things like that too, and a couple of Jelly Bellies or something. And I'm going to go drop it at his door and put a note in there, and just so he'll know that I'm thinking of him. But, many people are still seeing their girlfriend, seeing their boyfriend. We're seeing the neighbors bringing, I don't know. Some people cannot be without a person in their life. I don't. Oh, thank you. I was just telling everybody I got it from your showcase. And I'm wearing it on the long end because it can go up here. Yeah, I thought it looked good with this because this blouse can be a little low. So I think it's good. And so that's all we were talking about. Thank you, Audi. I appreciate it. And how, our personality carries us through a lot of things. I sure wish I had time. Anyway, I was saying I closed the door here. I put a sign that I'm working. And I don't want anybody to even knock on the door when I'm working because I'm having meetings, I'm talking to people, and I have to concentrate on what I'm doing. I cannot stop and, oh, no, I don't want coffee, or yeah, the coffee was good, or no, I'm okay, I'll eat breakfast. And my husband is the sweetest, right? He comes in and he wants to make me something to eat. But I'm not hungry as soon as I wake up like he is. And I don't want to hear the dog, and I don't want to be asked if I let the dog out. I have to pretend I'm at work. So, yeah, I'm going to definitely reinforce that a little bit more because they have been knocking on the door. I don't even want to knock. But that's kind of what you have to do if you really want to, if you're really working, and people, and like I said, they are accounting. They have Google Analytics now, they said, where they're going to know how much time you're spending on your website for school. So there is no way that we teachers are on vacation. So whatever rumor you've heard out there, it's not true. And that's one thing that you also have to navigate. How are you going to take care of separating your personal life from your work life and all of that, and not hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings in the house, but I have to do what I have to do. You're staying home. Thrift Queen is staying home. There's a big payoff of being lonely and being alone. Love being alone. Yeah. Oh, there's a big difference. I thought you said payoff. I don't know why I said payoff. There is definitely a big difference between that, for sure. But that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. I don't know why the videos are taking very long to upload. I don't even think the jewelry jar that I did earlier is completely uploaded. So if you're experiencing a lot of glitching right now, give it till tomorrow. It's actually still uploading. And if you didn't watch it live where you actually experienced the buffering, it'll cut out almost like really sharp cuts, edit cuts, and then you can see it a lot better. All right, and this one will probably be the same. Was there any buffering in this stream tonight? I hope not. Yes, it's very, very hard. Keep it closed, and I will definitely have to put a new sign up there. Because everyone's just trying to be helpful. I know that, but it's not the same. You cannot concentrate on what you're doing. And when you're in the middle of trying to finish something, like I said the other day, it took me hours to finally roll up that meeting and put it in the vault. And that's why, because I was asked a million questions, or I hear something, and I probably need to put some headphones on so I'm not listening to everything that's going on either. Yeah. So I'm going to let you go, guys. Again, this was just the heart to heart that I do on Monday nights, usually around 8 o'clock. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope that our conversations are something that you enjoy. We will come back again next Monday, but I will definitely be bringing you some other content about jewelry and such. I was trying to upload a thrift excursion that I did before the quarantine, but I'm having a heck of a time too. That's another type of video I'm watching, is how to better understand your Mac, because for some reason I can never find my pictures and videos. Oh my goodness, it gets me so upset. I try to download them into my iMovie, and you have to do this and you have to do that, and then I forget how to do it, and then oh my goodness, it's a mess. So that's what's going on right now, but I will try to do that very soon. I hope you enjoyed the video tonight. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and we'll do another get together outside or somewhere during the week, another day. And I like sitting out in the moonlight too. We'll do that soon. All right. Give me a thumbs up on the way out, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.